hearing their names. It's in one ear, out the other. Right now, there's one thing on my mind, and it's what's the game? What am I here for?
All right, let's explore this house. Yes. To the house.
To the house. I can't. Oh, come on. Over. First all I can do is like it.
Great, maybe I don't need any more champagne. Dude, creepy man coming down the stairs. Hey, I'm trying to get everyone's attention. Hello, dead man walking. Nobody's looking. Everyone's just chatting.
Wow, he looks absolutely normal.
He just stares at us. And I'm thinking, who the heck is this man?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Room Manor. My name is Giles, and I will be your butler.
Please let me know if it starts lagging, because I'm trying to watch from another device, but it doesn't seem to be working. Come on.
Will sound at 5:30, at which time we will reconvene, and you will no doubt learn why you are all here.
All I know is I'm here to participate in a game to solve a mystery and win $250,000. I'm excited to see what happens. It's beautiful.
Got it all.
I know that we're all solving crimes in this game, but we don't know what mysteries lie in this house, and I'm just trying to take it all in and use that.
Welcome to watching Whodunnit, one of my favorite murder mystery shows.
What the heck was that?
Hear that?
Yeah.
What was that? I have no idea. Oh my god!
What was that?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Who is that?
Whoa.
Stay back.
You got a live wire, you guys. Back away from it. Did any of you see what happened?
No. Oh my god.
Messed up. Giles.
It has begun.
Oh my god, what happened? Oh my god. There's a body on the ground. It is the scariest, grossest, most horrible thing I've ever seen. And then we realize it's Sherry.
My dear guests, please follow me into the parlor. This area is not secure. Please, I will explain everything with great. I'm afraid the death of your compatriot was no accident. It was, in fact, murder. Worse yet, it appears that the killer is indeed somewhere in this very room. Amongst you, who has tasked me to speak. Your job? Stay alive long enough to discover who I am. You can only do that by being the best at solving the crimes I put before you. Fail, and you may be the next to die.
I was expecting some sort
Did
of
it fix the
puzzle,
lag,
maybe,
though?
something
Is it fixed
fun,
now?
Splash by the pool, answer a few questions. But now all of a sudden I realized I'm fighting for my life.
I had to make an example of Sherry because she showed her incompetence by breaking a champagne glass. Her clumsiness cost her her life. Do you really think a cheerleader was ever going to become a worthy adversary? As for the rest of you, the living, here are the rules. Following each murder, I will grant you the opportunity to investigate one and only one of the following areas. The crime scene. The victim's last known whereabouts. Or the morgue, where you can examine the corpse in a more private setting. Take a moment to decide which of the three areas you wish to investigate. Give careful consideration to your choice.
Yay, I fixed it. I'm so happy.
The killer, I'm afraid, is among us.
find that out.
Well, she's dead. It doesn't matter.
Well, only a few of us can go at a time. Each place is going to have a clue. It might behoove us to group up in places.
I know. That's also a little suspicious in itself, so.
I think we should focus on the task at hand. He's going to be back in a minute. He's going to ask us where we want to go.
Well, the task at hand
Is it still
staying alive
lagging?
because somebody here is a murderer. Right. I mean, we don't know anything. I want to know the last place she was.
Maybe look at that body a little bit more. Is anybody opposed to going to the morgue? I know not everybody does well with bodies.
I would prefer to break off with
From the thing that I'm using here, it says it's not lagging. But I don't know if it's lagging for you guys. I'm watching on another device to make sure it's running okay.
I already know that I'm gonna have to cooperate with 2 others to get the whole story here. I'll take the crime scene, and that way we know that part's covered. I just picked the 2 people that I thought would be the best, Ulysses and Gino, so that way we can then meet up afterwards.
Yay, okay, I'm glad I was able to fix it.
I trust you have all made your decisions on which of the 3 areas you wish to investigate.
Oh, nice. Hope you guys enjoy the show. It's actually a really good show known as Whodunnit. Hope you guys will like it.
Could you please accompany Beatrice?
I think Don is lying about being an ex-cop, and he can keep doing that if he wants, but in the meantime, I am going to use his skills to my advantage. Where Don is, you'll probably see me too.
All those who wish to investigate the morgue. Could you please accompany Sophie?
I choose the morgue based on my healthcare knowledge, and I had already gotten information from the crime scene, so to me, the morgue was the obvious choice.
The rest of you, follow me to the last known whereabouts.
I'm really hiding the fact that I'm a private investigator and a bounty hunter so that nobody feels threatened. Right now, I'm going to rely on my investigative skills, and I'm going to go to her last known whereabouts.
I get to the scene of the crime, and I notice the obvious. Fish tank, dead fish, glass everywhere, and a blood stain on the carpet where Sherry had been. This doesn't make any sense. Just because she broke champagne glass? Hello, mortals? Right? Really? I know. Greetings, sociopath.
The volume of the sound, I thought she must have fallen at first, but it's obvious that it was the front of this that broke, so it's not like she fell onto it and
No. This blood here, it could have been every time that she gets zapped, she could be moving her head up, which is going to be a smear.
That's true. That's true. There was electrocution because her body was sitting there. There was convulsions.
Did you guys see any burn marks on her?
No,
I was too afraid to get close.
Sick. I didn't have that much time to look at her.
Do I take any video requests?
Yeah. Did that kill her?
I take art requests, if that's what you're asking. I don't take video requests. I don't think I've ever done one of those before.
Yeah, that came out of the back.
Which the first thing you think is that she got hit. She
hurt.
goes slamming into the fish tank, and it's indicative of her falling here and then bleeding out this way.
Said the ex-cop.
I'm investigating the scene, and I'm using the lingo of a cop, not the ex-cop.
Okay, coach.
I'm telling myself, shut up, you're just ruining this. Who would be that pissed off that would whack this chick because she spilled her champagne? No coach talks about that.
Up top now. Ex-cop. Yay. My man. Ex-cop. My dad was a cop. Detective.
Right off the bat, red flags. The morgue is just downstairs. It's not like we're driving to the morgue. It's the morgue in the house. This is creepy. The house got about 10 times creepier. What house has a morgue in it? Fresh mania, it looks like.
Doesn't look like she was actually struggling with her hands. Around the glass, it looks like, I don't know if the coloring is electrocution mark.
I'm pretty sure that's bruising. I don't really see any electrocution, like burns.
Yeah, no.
Normally when there's electrocution, it leaves a mark as an exit point. There are no lacerations on any arms or legs. It appears as if she was caught off guard. We see glass in her head, but did that kill her?
It's coming through the back of her neck.
Oh my goodness.
What is that? Is
You
that
need
her
to get a
bone coming
better
through?
look at that. What I see is what looks like a bone sticking out of the back of her neck.
Her spinal cord is sticking
I
out.
don't think he's right. I think it's her
her cervical spine.
Dude, put the light on the back. I'm gonna start down there. Dante and Dana say it's her bone sticking out. I'm not convinced. Why don't you pull that out? Oh, it's like an old school musket round.
Really?
Do you really think that that's from a gun?
Something with enough speed to actually penetrate the back of her neck. What else could that be?
I have no idea.
Here, wipe it off.
I'm not a ballistics person at all, but Ulysses thinks that it's maybe a bullet from an old musket.
Pick it up and drop it on the metal.
It does appear to be like heavy lead, but I know that that's
Yells and dragon. I don't think that's a thing.
Could be instant death.
This is all the power.
I think
It's because I fixed the lag. That's why it's not lagging. I figured out what
Because
the
there's
issue
no way they know
was.
about that.
That's the money ball.
I'm not sharing that.
The three of us have, at this point, what I'm thinking is the biggest piece of evidence.
I think this was a good choice to come here.
Good job, guys.
Somebody definitely forced their way in.
You think that could be to throw us off?
There are wood shavings from her door in the door frame, so someone has busted the door open.
Somebody forced their way in. What's that? Is this something?
It's the other corner, or one of the corners.
Well, guys, but remember her head? Remember how her head was bashed?
All right, where does that go to on here? It goes on the bottom.
It's an under corner?
It's an under corner.
I think this is significant. Having covered murders, I know that there's always going to be evidence left behind. He hit her with it out here and then tossed her out.
So you think she went over the railing?
Absolutely. That's the only way she could have crashed through the aquarium.
Not necessarily. She could have been standing in front of the aquarium. Somebody smashed her into it. Adriana finds a corner from one of the chests, and she immediately becomes convinced that this is the murder weapon. I didn't want to follow her down that rabbit hole. Where is it?
There's something inside the shower.
Is that some sort of loofah or water wash towel?
Do you see that? O-R. Could that be a clue?
I see this O written on the glass, and I know that there's a note there, but it's not fogging up fast enough.
Wait a minute.
Oh, genius.
Watch yourself. I'm coming in with steam. I look around the room and I notice that there is a steamer for steaming clothes there.
There we go. Genius. Look. Meet me at the fish tank. Have vital. What is that?
Info for you. So somebody left her this message to come to the fish tank.
This is crazy. If we hadn't steamed that mirror, we totally would have missed that clue. I mean, there's a lot more to this than meets the eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope your time investigating was well spent. I now strongly urge you to share the information you have received. Did I mention we have finger sandwiches? Please enjoy yourselves.
Obviously, the most logical thing to do after touching a body, eat some finger sandwiches.
Thank you. Sasha, where are you sitting? I'll sit right here. Okay.
The first thing I want to do is get with Ulysses and Gino, since they both went to the morgue at the last known whereabouts, so we can get an agreement together that we're going to cooperate with each other fully. We're the
Both
three
of you.
smartest guys here, and from the looks of it, we're probably also the three strongest. The crime scene, the whole fish tank fell down and the front wall shattered. That's what sent all the water forward.
Guys, do you mind if I join you?
Can we just have a moment to talk first before you join us? We're still trying to.
How about this? I'll set down my plate because I want to sit in the
We'll hold it
shade,
for you.
and then I will come back.
I do not want to cooperate with her.
No, I agree.
She is dead last on my list.
Yeah.
I just don't trust her.
Right now, I'm thinking that the Ulysses and Cam team can be useful to me, but I'm definitely not putting all my eggs in one basket. Quite frankly, I don't fully trust them.
It's pretty simple. I need to know exactly how she died.
Okay.
And I will tell you how she got down there.
I'll tell you guys, on a leap of faith, when we did the morgue, we found a musket or a round, something of that nature, in the back of her neck.
I knew it.
Part of my game in the beginning is definitely getting trust. By giving the info that my team wanted to keep a secret, I can, in return, get valuable information.
The pool of blood looked like maybe she she was hit first and then crashed into the fish tank. Dante's being very forthcoming. There's a hole in the back of her head. Everything is making sense with what we found at the crime scene.
So I'm already seeing a little team being formed.
Before we even get into that, I think we should initially just stick to the facts. What did you see? And then leave it up to people to assess
Create their own scenario.
Exactly.
I agree.
I'm not too happy that Adriana forced her way into our conversation. We only have a limited amount of time to chat, and I just feel like she can be very distracting. Well, I'll start with the first thing I noticed when I walked in. The door seemed to have been broken into. There were shavings on the ground that looked like somebody did something like jimmied the lock.
What I remember, she was in a robe, so we went straight
Well,
to
no, we're not doing that. We're just saying things that we saw, facts. So
I can only tell the story the way I tell it. I would prefer the facts, too. I mean, not personal. I'm not here to make friends. I know you're not either. We're all here to win. You know what? My lunch is at the other table.
Okay.
I will leave you guys
Thank
to
you.
this.
I appreciate that.
So I wish you all the best of luck. I'm hitting roadblocks. I don't like it. I know my life is on the line, and I do not want to be the next one dead.
She definitely took a shower that fogged up her mirror. Someone left her a note to come down to the fish tank, and someone broke into her room.
That's all you got there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gino goes through his findings at the last known whereabouts, and he is done in 3 seconds flat. Right. Well, I'll give you my theory on it, but I've got maybe a half hour worth of stuff that I need to explain. So the fact that he is so brisk makes me think that he's holding something back. So you want to go grab some food first?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think that this team is going to work out. You mind if I join you for a little bit?
No, come on.
Just gotta find a chair.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything here.
Ulysses and I take this opportunity to go shopping for information.
I saw potential strangulation marks. It was hard to tell. Like, it was bruising, but
So you didn't see any like marks, like a stabbing or a
no.
gunshot?
There was none.
There is a conflict. Ulysses has a completely different theory of what could have happened. It completely contradicts what Dante says. Do I trust Dante? Do I trust Ulysses?
I appreciate you letting me sit.
Dante says that on the backside of her head, there was a musket hole. Is that just a blatant lie? Should we just drown him in the pool now?
Dude, I think you should drown him. I'm pissed at Dante. In the morgue, we said we weren't going to share this information about the musket ball, and Dante's throwing it around. In the morgue, I felt like Dante was saying stuff.
Are you guys enjoying the show? I
Right
hope
now,
I'm
it's
not
a little bit
boring
of
you
damage
guys. That's
control
why I turned on
and a
the
little
show
bit
for
of saving
you.
face. Or a lot of it is saving face. I'm suspicious of him from the beginning. If I had to pick a killer right now, I'd pick Dante. I don't know.
Sasha, do you have like 2 seconds? Okay.
Sasha's very intelligent, she's crafty, and she's sassy.
You're about the only one I'm going to tell anything to.
I want to share the pellet to let her know that I want to form a partnership with her.
There was a bullet in the back of her head.
That cannot be true. We didn't hear a gunshot. We heard a crash, which was clearly the fish tank. That just blows everything out of the water. I'm so confused now. Is she playing the game? Is she trying to throw me off? At this point, I don't know who to trust.
At that first group I was at, I did tell them what was
I told him it wasn't, though, and that he was probably lying. So they think he's a liar right now.
Come to find out, Dante can't hold water like a bladder. So what'd you get for us? That information.
She drowned. That's what it was.
She drowned?
She fell on her back after the tank hit the thing, and she fell backwards. You know, when somebody, have you ever seen somebody drown?
So you think her head was held under?
I think that since she was paralyzed, she couldn't move her body.
I'm done with him. That's it.
It seems the killer has left behind another message, this time in the form of a riddle.
I'm so screwed right now because I am so bad with riddles. The blood is rushing out of me thinking that is
Heyo,
Don's
Carl
kryptonite.
Vio. I've already done
Please
your
listen
character.
carefully.
He's right here.
To unlock any
There he
mystery,
is.
you need a key. So please accept this gift from me. Only think twice on what lock you turn. From the passage you find, you'll surely learn. There are 12 keys, one for each of you. You might just find the missing clue. Go run, go twist. Unlock the lies. To find salvation takes several tries.
That doesn't open. We start opening chests and doors to see if the key is going to open anything. Doesn't fit.
Yeah, same thing. I've seen something. The first thing I think is maybe it's military time. So I start trying to recall where I've seen any clocks and maybe might have something hidden inside of them.
Is that a Bible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a Bible.
Yeah. I'm actually a pastor's kid. I thought this was a Bible verse.
Why did you pick Ezekiel?
Is that what the book was open to?
13:17.
We're here. All right.
As for you, mortal, set your face against the daughters of your people who prophesy out of their own imagination. Prophesy against
There was mention of daughters, in reflection or prophecy. I was a little unclear on what that meant, but I decided to just start going and trying to find some daughters. There's a lot of death around. Jeez.
One creates something and then it comes back to bite them. Everybody is scattered looking for this information.
I think most of the ones that I was able to include here.
Right now,
However, I do have
pumping.
2 open
I'm thinking I
spots.
gotta get the clue before everybody else does.
So, who should I put?
Kings, and I turn the key over, and I see that there's 2 crowns on the key.
Is there a book called Kings?
Yeah.
That's it. It's Kings.
Second
Kings.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Number, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st, 2nd Samuel, 1st, 2nd Kings. Okay, 2nd Kings.
All right, come on. All right.
There it is.
Oh my God!
Then he said,
Open the window eastward, and he opened it. Shoot! And he shot! Go, go!
Now the correct passage is telling us about the east window.
that's east.
I don't see anything. I'm looking out the window. I'm looking around. Oh, I got it. I realize that window's gone.
You smarty pants.
You are so...
613. I saw a 3-digit number. 613. And I look out the window and I see the trunk directly across from the window with the lock on it.
Who should I put as number 4 and 7? Because we have Peter,
Slingshot and a crowbar.
Good job.
We have Peter.
Shut up.
We have another character. We have another character. We have Tony. We have this character, and then we have this character.
Everybody has found the solution, but Dante
I still have open
Think about
spots
the
here.
game.
Who
And if you
should
have
they
your
be?
story together, keep it to yourself. Because I'm sure not everybody was there. I know how to play the game now.
Who should I put here as 4 and 7?
I don't know what the object was that you got.
Dude, okay. It was a slingshot. Sealed up to a slingshot. It's 100%, dude.
Okay. Without the clue, I'd be very scared about my future in this house. The partnership with Ulysses saved my butt.
I look over the balcony and I see people are talking, and that can totally be used to my advantage.
Gino, were you with the box when they found the object? What was it?
Crowbar.
Why would that be such a big deal? Everybody knew it was 4th century.
There wasn't extra information.
We know it was forced, but we don't know how it was forced. Don and Lindsay don't seem to know about the slingshot. I'm definitely going to keep my mouth shut about it.
Attention, mortals. The time has come for you to state your case. You will adjourn to the library to pitch the true crime. You will also be tested on your ability to interpret the evidence that I have set before you.
We're going to speak directly to the killer about how we think the killer killed Sherry. I'm scared. If I mess up this case statement, I could be the next one to die.
I mean, I could put Heather. I know what character you're talking about, but I don't have a rep for her either, but I have Heather. I can put Heather in there.
I don't know anything else other than what people have been telling me.
I can put Heather in there since I know that character.
Going in to state your case, I'm a little terrified. There are a lot of different theories out there. I'm either right on or I'm way off.
Look how floofy my hair got, though, because I have such floofy hair now. Look how floofy. Much floof. I am much Dragofloof.
I think I've gleaned enough from people overhearing things where I'm thinking, okay, I'm pretty sure this is what happened. We're going with it. Well, well, well. What a tangled web you are weaving.
Waited, you listened when she was in the shower.
And you broke into her room using that crowbar. You walked into the bathroom.
You sneak up behind her, and with a crowbar, you hit her on the back of her head.
It's obvious there was a gunshot. It's obvious there was blunt force trauma.
You went in there and you wrote a message on her mirror telling her that there was a clue down by the fish tank.
A note that would only be revealed by the steam of a hot shower.
And that's what you used. The slingshot.
Maybe an old-fashioned pistol, I'm not exactly sure, but the ball was about
Yeah, let's
this
do
round.
Heather. Yeah, this seems like a good idea. We'll put Heather on 7.
It was a masterful shot.
All the way through the parlor.
Let me finish up
Hit her
with
in the
this first
cervical
real quick.
spine. It's that blow that killed her. You ripped that lamp cord, knowing that the glass in the fish tank was going to shatter and that water was going to seep out. That's when she tips over, crashes into the aquarium, collapses, but she's not dead yet.
Drop the cord in the water, and you basically fry her.
Let's put
It's a good
Heather
measure.
here. We're gonna make her Dark
So as her body
Orange. No, I
lays
already
there
have a
being
Dark Orange.
electrocuted,
We could see Sherry cheering for
Let's put
us.
her the lime green.
Cheering.
you leave the scene of the crime, and that's when we all come running. Everything's really starting to point to you being the killer, Adriana. Chris, I got my eyes on you.
The killer is Dante.
I still know that you did it, Adriana.
Dana, you did. You killed Sherry.
Gino, I know you're the killer, and I'm coming for you.
You think you're hunting me, but I'm actually hunting you. I'll see you soon, Cam.
No, this is not the final draft, so for those who are confused and think it looks that bad, it's just the rough draft for me to do rough lines with different colors.
Dinner of my life. Anyone who says they're not nervous at this dinner is just lying. I know if my theory wasn't good enough, I'm going to be next, and I just want to stay alive.
Everybody feeling good?
Seriously? No? I feel okay because I got to see that last bit when Ronnie ran
I'm gonna
up and
put
found
the
So what
demon's
was in there
eyes
in the
here.
end? A crowbar and a slingshot. And a slingshot.
And we're gonna
A
put
slingshot. Are you serious? I am in big trouble.
one over here.
No way. Okay.
This is the one with the
I
X
was taking a
eyes.
knife
So
to stab myself because my statement of facts was so wrong. I'm done. Hey, I really had a ball with you guys.
No one dropped
I still need number 4 though. I need one for
Good
number
luck,
4.
everybody.
It's a life in the living.
Come visit me.
At the morgue?
Not the morgue. Well, at the morgue
Like,
too.
I need one for number 4.
I'm about to walk out of a chance to win $250K.
I'll work on
And here
Dragon
comes
while you
Giles
guys think
walking
of who else I should put in here.
Hold on.
Oh no. Here's our face.
Oh, boys and girls, mom and dad.
I just lost my appetite. Yeah, me too.
It seems that someone in this room has captured the killer's fancy.
If you guys want a link of this this series, it's,
Sasha,
if you ever look through my playlists
Yes?
in my
I
channel,
have a
it's
message to you
labeled
from
the
the killer.
Whodunnit playlist, and it's really good.
congratulations. You are spared.
I feel a wave of relief just wash over me.
Sasha, you were the one who impressed me the most with how I pulled off this heinous crime.
How is that possible? How could she have been so correct that she blew us all out of the water?
In my own words, Giles will walk the rest of you through what apparently you did not know.
Here comes the explains the murder part here.
Poor little Sherry.
I love how my counter's not even accurate over here. I'm pretty sure there's someone here.
I waited outside her door while she innocently showered. I easily broke into her room with a small handheld crowbar. In a cloud of steam, I simply wrote with my finger, "Meet me at the fish tank. I have vital info for you." Of course, she fell for it. Sherry slipped on a bathrobe, saw the message, and went straight to the grape room. Earlier, I cut the cord of the lamp, but left it plugged in beside the aquarium. I opened the drapes of the east window, removed a single plate of glass, and waited outside for her unceremonious arrival. I calmly aimed the wrist rocket from the backyard and fired, hitting Sherry in the back of her neck, severing major arteries, killing her instantly. Like clockwork, Sherry met her fate at the fish tank. As it began to spider, it bought me more than enough time to stash the slingshot and crowbar, shut the curtains, and preserve my anonymity. When the water pressure built up and the aquarium broke, the water found the frayed cord and electrocuted the already dead Sherry with maximum voltage. Yours cruelly.
Oh boy.
Your killer.
God darn it. Now I'm really stupid.
Sasha is not the only one who may breathe a little easier this evening. I have envelopes provided by the killer, specifying who else among you are also to be spared.
I am getting a little nervous.
Many thanks, many thanks.
I thought the cause of death was a drowning. That was incorrect. But I don't think that I missed enough to be killed.
Unfortunately, the killer has also provided me with envelopes for those whose efforts were severely lacking. Those individuals should be scared. Gino.
You got this.
Gino.
People are making me hungry. Just reading through the chat.
Dana.
I need another character to put here, though. You know what? I'm gonna just put Jamie here, because I've just run out of characters.
Can I finish my sip, please?
Yeah.
We're gonna put Jamie here.
Oh my God. Dawn. I am shocked. I feel that I could be joining him.
Don, you're not a cop. Boy, if I was, I would sure be embarrassed about right now.
If the ex-cop is scared, then what's in store for the flight attendant?
Chris. Ulysses.
We know.
See you, kid.
Cam.
This might be the last moments of my life.
Take your time.
Just
Let me
hurry up,
savor
worry
that.
about it.
Melina.
Yes.
There you go.
See?
Nothing to be worried about.
I was really scared you were gonna cry. I don't know how scared I was.
Lindsay.
The suspense is killing me. I'm
murder weapon is what caused the whole murder. I didn't know it. I really feel that I could be next now. I don't know how that happened. I don't either. No offense. I don't know what Sasha's problem with me is. I don't think she thinks I'm very smart. Oops, did I say that out loud? If she just gets a little too full of herself, that could be her downfall.
Dante.
Frankly, I'm shocked because I really thought Dante was the killer.
They're gonna take the old guy over you. You're young. You've got your whole life ahead of you.
Nah, don't.
Adriana.
How many
I'm a
people
little
are even
nervous
in the
because
stream right now?
There's at least 2 scared parts out there, maybe even more.
Come on, man. Oh, man.
And now I must bid you all adieu. I'm sure you're all looking forward to a good night's rest. We have provided estate pajamas and plush socks for your comfort.
Oh, thank
In
you.
the morning, a pajama brunch will be held.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Thank you. All right, guys.
Here comes the interesting parts of some of the episodes. So I hope there's someone watching, because
I'm
the fun
only
part.
angry at myself. Everybody else did a great job. Now I'm thinking, when's it gonna happen? When am I getting killed?
It's a great show.
If I'm given another
Makes me
opportunity,
sound bad now that I
have
keep
to form
saying
a
that this is a
stronger
good show and it's about
maybe Dana
murder.
was right and I should have held on
Makes
to
it
that
sound really
information.
bad.
And I have to find out and know who I can trust. But right now, all I'm thinking is, Don, please die. Please die, Don, so that I can live.
Any guesses on who's gonna die first here?
Outside, please, everybody! Ulysses! Adriana!
Here?
Ronnie! Here. Don.
Oh my God, where's Don?
Don?
Oh, I haven't seen him.
He's not here. Don! I'm here.
Oh my God.
He is. There's Don.
I'm here. I'm
Right?
Oh, I got you.
Dante?
Did you hear something? It sounded like a faint yelling.
Dante?
Where's Dante?
I didn't see him.
He wasn't with you?
No.
Dante!
He went out in flames. That was great.
This season on
Oh, there's an. Oh, now I'm lonely.
your duty
Catnip 920 left, and I'm all alone.
these
I is Shadow Drago.
Day by day, one life will be taken by the killer amongst you.
I want to be scared right now. I'm terrified.
There's the rough draft. Oh, hey, I was drawing something over here, apparently. Well, there we go. There's the rough draft for all who are still watching at the moment. Highly doubt, like, there's... Wait, that's not what... No, stop! Start over! Dang it, man. Come on.
Showdown, where someone will walk off with $250,000 and
Where are all
be the
my
last
peeps?
person standing.
Where are all the peeps?
Whodunnit. And last time.
Oh my God. It is the most horrible thing I've ever seen. That's Sherry.
Discover how the killer committed murder.
I gotta get the clue before everybody else.
Oh my God.
Everybody
Somebody found a solution with Dante and I.
Did you guys see any burn marks?
Said the ex-cop.
Ex-cop. You'll also be tested on your ability to interpret the evidence.
This is rough draft number 2 where I try to define more of the
Back of
details.
her head.
Don!
You may be the next to die.
Don, please die, Don, so that I can live.
Outside, please, everybody!
What is going on? Guys, what is going on?
Ulysses! Adriana!
Here?
Melina!
Here!
Ronnie! Here! Chris!
Here!
Gino!
Right here, right here.
Don!
Oh my god.
Where's Don? Where's he, Don?
Don!
Oh, I haven't seen him.
Don.
I haven't seen him.
Don!
I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
There he is. There's Don.
I'm here, I'm here.
Oh my god, Don. Do you hear
There's
something?
Dante.
Sounded like a faint yelling.
Dante!
Where's Dante?
I didn't see him. He wasn't with you? No.
Dante! 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 Dante!
Oh my God.
That was crazy. Wow. That is,
Where did he come from?
he came from upstairs.
Here's Giles.
Please forgive the pre-dawn pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics.
Dante is dead.
There is an absolute split of emotions, and my first emotion is obviously poor Dante, and the other part is I'm spared.
And now the sun is rising on another day, bringing you one step closer to that $250,000 reward. By show of hands, who wants to live?
You have no idea.
Me too. After all, we are all in this together.
What? That's when things got real. We're all just facing our doom. If we don't play well enough, it's gonna happen any moment.
I'm afraid none of us can leave the mansion.
Someone's gonna try to leave
So
the
being the
mansion.
most lucid detective will save not only your lives, but mine. Once again, you will have 30 minutes to examine one of the following 3 areas. The scene of the crime, where our second victim took their final plunge. The last known whereabouts, a bedroom where the nightmare became real. Or the morgue, an icy basement cellar where you can take a closer look at the crispy corpse. By day's end, the killer will be looking to see which one of you will be next to go down in flames.
I'll tell you what, you guys, there's a lot of work on this.
Last time, the last known whereabouts gave us a pretty big clue. That's where I'd like to go
But so
again.
did the morgue.
Yeah, I'll go to the morgue.
I'll go to the morgue.
I'm going to the morgue.
Last time we all split up, and I thought we all wanted to be honest, and not everybody was.
You weren't either. I mean, you didn't tell me about the pool of blood.
It's a game, you guys, but you know what? None of us are going to advance very far if we're not helping each other. I definitely know now how to play the game a little bit better and how I extract information back from others. Bring it in. Let's do this, you guys.
Okay, guys.
Bring it here.
The football coach.
Right. You know what? Stay alive on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stay alive! Perfect.
My dear guests, the heat is on. How many of you would like to go to the last known whereabouts? Melina, Lindsay, Ronnie, Gina. Sophie, please.
Look, guys.
Who would like to scrutinize the scene of the crime? Cam, Sasha, Adriana.
Unfortunately, Adriana's going as well, and the last time we worked together, she seemed really distracted by little things that turned out to be irrelevant. I'm just
Let's
gonna
see.
try to get as many details as I
You're
can.
still lonely.
Chris, Dana, and Ulysses, please follow me to where the body rests. The morgue.
My idea is I will do my own individual detective work and keep it to myself. If someone else mentions something, I will talk about it, but I'm not going to volunteer any information.
Oh, yes. That's where he caught on fire.
Where did this soot come from? What is this soot? We can clearly see this burst. That was the initial view, and you're like, wow. I mean, did a bomb go off in here?
Oh.
Yes or no?
Saint Agatha, patron saint, protector from fire, sleep well. Creepy.
So the killer left him a note with this.
But there's nothing in here.
It looks like he was probably going to get a medallion.
Oh,
right
that's just
there.
the clips
Yeah.
to hold.
Yeah, so it's a chain
But there's
with a
no
medallion.
marks. The note had a symbol.
With all the logical ignition points. We're looking at the lamp. There isn't anything else.
No.
It's just a melted
Trigger. A trigger of some kind. The light bulb is intact. The light is on. It's a lamp. It turns off. It turns on.
Could there have been something in his pajamas?
Did you guys notice also that this was not on fire, this rug?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rug
Okay.
is perfectly
So
fine.
that means his upper body was on fire.
Yeah.
Did you see his arms? His arms were the ones
Which,
that were very
which makes
much-
sense to why this caught on fire, because it was his body.
Nothing is really out of sorts. The most damage really happened around the door and a little bit of melting from the lampshade on the bedside table.
The main things we're taking away is there's a note, there is a gift, a medallion, the lamp is on fire. I honestly believe that if we can get the truth out of somebody, they're going to tell you that the medallion was somewhere on his person.
Well, let's not speculate. Let's wait and find out while we're here.
What are those things floating over there? Is there something that we can use to fish it out?
Yeah, there must be a net or something around here. There are 2 black pieces of fabric floating in the pool, and I noticed that there's really not much else to work with right away.
There you go.
Hold on. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
It's not like there's gonna be prints on it.
Well, I know, but might be something in it, on it.
I mean, these aren't the same socks we're wearing.
No, they're not.
Why is this not